Hi, everybody. I'm Ray Petty with SVM Network, and I'm here today very excited to be talking to two gentlemen in the field of digital media and online marketing. I'm talking about Mark Jackett in the glasses and Santiago Yanez of Spotlight Ventures Media. Hi, guys. Mark, if you would, please be so kind as to tell us what Spotlight is and what exactly the company does.
Well, Ray, I want to thank you first of all for having us on today. And in answer to your question, Spotlight Ventures Media is a full service internet advertising, digital online marketing agency. And I know that sounds like a mouthful, but it is because we do so much. We turn brands into stars, as our tagline says, with personalized services that include, of course, web development, full web development, including web design, website construction, because that's where exposure on the internet starts a lot of times, obviously is with your website. But we also focus on social media services and support. We create and design Facebook pages for our clients, Twitter pages, Google Plus, work with Tumblr, Pinterest, all the major social medias to maximize the business exposure on the internet. YouTube is huge on the internet, Vimeo and Daily Motion, the video venue sites. So we specialize in YouTube campaigns that generate, really cool commercials on the internet for businesses. Then we do search engine optimization or SEO, which is first page of Google services to get businesses on the first page of Google and other major search engines like Yahoo, Bing, AOL, to maximize the exposure there and not just, have the business on the first page one time. We also get the business listed on Google Maps or Places. We want to have not just your website on the first page, but your video as well, so that you're dominating the first page with your business and really getting as many customers as possible. Pay-per-click is the next thing, pay-per-click management. This obviously also gets you on the first page of the search engines. And when people are managing their pay-per-click budget, it can be tricky because we want to make sure that you're not just spending money and not getting the return that you want, but that you're maximizing your ROI and getting a 5-to-1 or a 6-to-1 return or 10-to-1 or even better with your pay-per-click. Then it moves into more state-of-the-art services like mobile advertising. We're actually working with an associate of Steve Wynn's camp who is located in Las Vegas. And this is some really cool stuff, Ray. Steve Wynn, of course, has been very successful out in Vegas and owns resorts, casinos such as the Bellagio, Treasure Island, Wynn's Resort and Casino. And this is state-of-the-art advertising. We can do certain things like somebody's walking down the strip in Las Vegas and they're searching on their Samsung Galaxy or their iPhone. We can serve them ads on their mobile device that shows, hey, you're walking right by the Encore Resort. Look over to the left. There it is. We feature a promo that leads them into the resort. We can give them virtual tours of rooms or suites that they would like to stay in. Really neat stuff. It goes even beyond that, and probably would be doing that campaign in conjunction with Tapit, that's out in California, that specializes in mobile advertising in that platform with us. Last of all is retargeting, and retargeting or remarketing, as some people like to call it, is really, this is our core product or service, if you will. This is what we specialize in.
Okay, and what exactly is retargeting and how does it work?
Well, Santiago here, he was on the team with Google and Fetchback, which was a really interesting company. Fetchback was actually founded out here in 2007 in Tempe, Arizona, by Chad Little and Company. And one of the real pioneers of retargeting Eventually, they were acquired by eBay in 2011
Wow.
for yeah, $2.4 billion. So it's obviously very valuable and useful technology. And I'll let Santiago take off and kind of roll with that.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that introduction, Mark. So essentially, what retargeting is, and this is an exciting time for the internet. Retargeting evolved out of becoming a back-end solution. A lot of companies, small businesses, large businesses, invest a lot of dollars into their upfront marketing campaigns on the internet, specifically SEO and pay-per-click. There are all these dollars that are being spent to drive customers to their website. The problem is that there is a percentage of individuals that will come onto your website that will bounce off of your website for amount of any given reasons. So essentially what retargeting is, it's going after the individuals who have come onto your website by attaching software to follow them throughout the internet in order for them to come back to the website to complete their purchase. Let me give you an example, Ray, of what I'm speaking of. So the other day I bought myself some new Converse shoes and I went to the converse.com website. When I went to their website, I had the ability to look at all the different styles and colors of that particular shoe. At that particular time, I didn't have the time to complete my purchase. I needed to go because I had a pressing engagement that I needed to attend. As most of us do, once we leave the site, I completely forgot about buying Converse and I went about my business. When I came back to my computer a few days later, I was just casually searching through the internet, through my Facebook, looking up, researching, because I was also in the market to buy a new car. And so what I did was I just went onto the internet as I normally do. What Converse.com did to me is they retargeted me. When I went to their website, they attached a piece of code, which is called a cookie. And what that cookie did is it followed me throughout the internet when I was doing the normal things that I do on the internet. Once that happened, I was served a banner ad. That banner ad reminded me, oh yeah, I forgot. I need to buy Converse shoes. Because I saw that ad, it enticed me to go back to their website so that I could purchase my Converse. An interesting statistic about retargeting is that of the people that bounce off of your website and come back to your website as a retargeting client, 70% of those individuals will purchase an item once they've been retargeted.
Fantastic, and that reminds me of a time where I was sitting next to my girlfriend. She had her Apple laptop there, and I was on my Windows unit, and we were at the same table. We logged onto the same site together. However, ads on her page, if you will, versus mine, I saw an ad about golf clubs, and ironically, as you said, just 5 days prior, I had been looking at a set of golf clubs, and for whatever reason, I ventured away, didn't complete a purchase or anything else, but all of a sudden, there it was, it popped up, it reminded me, oh yeah, the golf clubs, and lo and behold, I ended up getting a new putter out of it. So, in fact, I guess I'm one of those 70% that convert. Let me ask you guys a couple more questions to get in a little bit deeper so our viewers can understand more of what you do. I'll start with Mark, and then I'm going to ask you as well, Santiago. Mark, what are some of the other benefits of retargeting?
Well, and there's a lot of benefits of retargeting, Ray. Just to back up for a second, as Santiago explained very well, retargeting is an online interest-based form of display advertising. That's what retargeting is. And we do utilize a piece of code, which he referred to as a cookie, or some people call dropping a pixel. And it's kind of a, follow me type of software or platform around the internet. What I want people to realize is that retargeting is not intrusive, okay? It's unintrusive. The ads that you're going to see, the banner ads, these are not pop-up ads. They're banner ads that you would see on any site that you're visiting. It's just that the banner ads that are going to be displayed are going to reflect, brands or products or services that you showed interest in.
Or a promotion. A great ability that retargeting does is it allows us to, maybe for whatever reason they didn't purchase the first time, we give them an incentive to come back via a promotion to come back to the website.
Right. Offer a discount, 2-for-1 sale, maybe 15% off your first purchase. Maybe you buy one pair of shoes and get the second one at half price. So we can do a lot of promos. We can show different, views of the same product. Like he said, we can show different styles of Converse shoes. We can show, a 2015 Dodge Charger with different packages, an RT package or SXT package, maybe gray with black stripes, until the consumer sees the package that they want. Another great thing about retargeting, as far as like YouTube retargeting goes, maybe you are watching a video on YouTube and you happen to see a commercial that you like. Maybe it's 5-Hour Energy Drink or something like that. And you actually watch the whole commercial. We can serve more commercials for 5-Hour Energy Drink to that person at their IP address versus something that maybe they have no interest in. And once again, wherever you are, whether it's Yahoo, Facebook, Huffington Post, NBA.com, YouTube, there's a place for the banner advertising. We're just going to show you advertisements for certain products and services and brands that you already showed interest in versus something that maybe you have no interest in.
And hence why 70% of people who come back to the website who have been retargeted convert.
And think of the advantages that offers to advertisers where, we can show ads to people that, once again, have shown interest in this versus, why show them an ad for motorcycles when they have no interest in motorcycles?
Okay, that's really interesting because here I'm a guy out of your industry, and I can think about a time where I'm driving down the road, say, listening to the radio, and I hear different ads, and these are ads that I didn't particularly care to hear about, but I heard them in that repetition, whereas if I go and hear an ad on the internet, let's say, in the digital media, and I do happen to like it, as you say, that retargeting will allow me to hear or see that same ad many, many, many times again. So to me, if I'm going to spend advertising dollars, it's much more cost effective to me to be with a company that says, hey, we're going to get your message out more than once, more than one TV commercial, more than one radio ad, more than one print ad, because we already know that those people had expressed interest in you somewhere else. And therefore, that is truly a 100% target marketed advertising campaign. And that's where I would like to spend my money. Let me ask you a question, Santiago. What type of businesses does retargeting work best for, or are there really any specific niches?
Well, that's a great question. And I can tell you initially when retargeting was first invented, it was particularly more focused on e-commerce websites. E-commerce is still a very strong type of business that definitely benefits from retargeting. But as retargeting has evolved, so has the technology and the types of things that we can do for smaller business.
Okay.
So essentially, I would say that e-commerce sites, any kind of website where there's a call to action. So whether you're purchasing an item on the website, or maybe you're gathering information because you want them to fill out an insurance quote, you want them to fill out information so that you have a better understanding of who your customer base is, so you can do better advertising and be more effective with your dollars. But with the technology today, I'm not trying to discourage small businesses too. There's a lot of benefit to small businesses with service-based activities on their website, let's say, to do retargeting and get the benefit of advertising to people who've taken interest in your website, in your company, and keep a banner ad, having them being top of mind so that they will come back.
Great. Now, I want to ask you both this question. I'll start with Mark, and Santiago, you can think about this as well. What are some of the challenges that you all face with small business owners themselves?
Well, Ray, it's kind of funny, but a lot of people and a lot of small business owners whose average ages might be, 45 to 55 to 75 and even above. We have a gentleman here in Phoenix that has a commercial moving company, and he's 75 years old.
Wow.
A lot of these people were still kind of stuck in the 20th century, until recently. Gentleman that I'm talking about just got a cell phone a year ago for the first time. Just got a smartphone a couple of months ago. And what we need to do is start really from the ground up with these people and not just give them a course in, internet advertising 101, but really start with, the internet as a whole 101 and, really bring them up to speed with, the way things are now. A lot of people, that are business owners had their advertising dialed in, if you will, with the yellow pages and maybe, radio and television, direct mail, flyers, different forms of, what's that stuff called again? Oh yeah, well, print media, which is
Oh, yeah.
The dinosaur.
yeah, which is almost dead. But they were relying on this, and it's really hard for a lot of these people after all these years to make an adjustment to online marketing. But this is where their customers are going to find them. And kind of going back to what you were talking about, traditional real world advertising, which has been very effective in the past. It's hard for radio and television, if not impossible in some cases, to do interest-based forms of advertising. If people are watching football, for example, the network knows that a lot of those people are beer drinkers, of course. But when they show ads for Budweiser, these ads are wasted on people that don't like beer or never going to drink beer. So on the internet, we can serve up ads, based on their interest, and that's really what retargeting is all about.
Okay, and Santiago, I'm going to ask you the same question. In addition to what Mark has already offered, what challenges have you found with small business owners?
Well, in my career, I've had the opportunity to work mostly with small businesses. So I have a very tremendous insight into the problems of what small businesses go through, especially when it comes to their advertising dollars. What I have found is, like most businesses, we're always trying to struggle to get as many customers as we can possibly get. And with small businesses, one of the challenges is that they tend to have smaller budgets. And I feel that what we do, and that what we do better than anyone, is that we have an understanding of the only way that we as a company are going to be successful is we have to be able to make our customer base successful. So the challenges small businesses have with their budgets, with being able to trust companies in order for them to take those dollars that they have so hardly earned and not just spend it, but to really strategically use their dollars to maximize their efforts and give them the best returns that they can possibly get for whatever budget they may have.
Fantastic. Well, I want to ask you a question now, Mark. With all the things that we're talking about and the way, of course, the public is transitioning as we get into an even more extensive, deeper digital world, if you will, where do you see SVM ultimately in the grand scheme of things?
Well, Ray, there's kind of a famous quote here, especially among people in the know, that Sean Parker, apparently said at his first Facebook meeting with Mark Zuckerberg back in 2004. And the quote is, we used to live on farms, then we lived in cities, and now we're going to live, on the internet. And,
Okay.
We don't want to scare people where they maybe think they're going to be in the Matrix or something like that. That's not the idea, but I think most people know what I'm talking about. The kids today, people that have grown up with the internet, this is a part of their life. They're always using, GPS, they're checking their Facebook, they're checking their account balances online, on and on and on. So at Spotlight Ventures Media, we really want our website to evolve into a portal to the internet for a lot of people. And I know that, is a very grand ambition, but, that's where we're at. We want to do, podcasts and broadcasts and do really interesting things regarding the news and current events to bring people back to our website, day after day, every morning, and also show them, what we can do for them advertising wise to give them exposure on the internet. We are
consulting with
bigger firms like Direct Buy, who have been around since, the early 70s to update, their advertising. This is a firm that relied, heavily on traditional forms of advertising for a long time, a lot of direct mail and so forth, yellow pages, we're, getting them exposure on the internet. Walmart, this is a company that, obviously everybody knows who Walmart is, and a giant among retailers and just businesses as a whole. Very hard time getting into India, real hard time, getting into the India market. And we're talking about a market with about 1.37 billion people.
Wow.
Okay, so we're trying to help them bridge the gap with, utilizing a YouTube original television series, The Kept Man, courting Natasha Suri, who was former Miss India 2006, to be a co-star, to bridge the gap once again and kind of have an, East meets West, type of thing, and open the doors for Walmart in India. So there's a lot of grand plans here in the works, and we want anybody to know, whether they're a small business, large business, or anywhere in between, if you want to maximize your exposure on the internet, give us a call. You can talk to Santiago Yanez or myself or other member of the staff or executive team. Give us a call at 1-888-303-1955 and let Spotlight show you the way.
I love it. Well, guys, again, from my standpoint, if I want to spend my dollars cost effectively, retargeting absolutely is the way to go. When I think about money that I've spent on radio or TV, hoping that someone may have seen a commercial at a specific time on a specific day, knowing that if someone sees a commercial via the internet with this type of a program, you're going to put it in front of people that much more. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So, folks, I want to thank Mark Jackett and Santiago Yanez of Spotlight Ventures Media for taking the time to share what they do with us here. And again, you can watch this as many times as you want. Give them a call. The number is right above. Have a great day, everybody.